Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Big Fat Video blog. I'm coming to you with a very special Christmas holiday video for you guys. Um, I think it was like 2 months ago, I did a pumpkin spice tasting video of all different kinds of things. So, because we're finally in the season of peppermint, well, we've been in it, but today's Christmas. I thought that it would be fun to do a little taste testing video on that. So, we're going to be trying a variety of things today. Most of them are candy related, but two of them are ice creams. So, I'm looking forward to it. So, I'll give kind of an overview of our products that we're going to be tasting. So these are just like some standard Thin Mints that you get from like Walgreens or what have you. I love these already, but I have not tried this brand, so we're going to try them and see how they go. Then Andes. These ones here, interesting. I picked these up at Target. So I love Andes mints because I go to Olive Garden a lot, especially for their never-ending pasta. But with these ones, they have mint cookie pieces in it. So I'm kind of excited to see how these end up turning out. And then lastly, these are Oreo Thins, the mint. I have not tried the mint ones yet, so I'm kind of excited to see how they turn out. And then we've got this one I haven't tried either. These actually are all new to me, except for, well, no, actually all of them are new to me. This one is milk chocolate peppermint brownie. These look pretty good. They're by Deli, so I'm gonna give those a shot. We're gonna do white chocolate and peppermint pretzel crisps. These were weird. These here, like I was expecting like the bag to ring up like $1 at like Target. I'm like, oh, these will be cheap, and it was like $3.50 for this little tiny bag of air and a few pretzels. So I hope they're super good. We'll see if they meet the rating system I'm gonna develop. And then we've got Gelato Talenti Mediterranean Mint, which my partner loves this, but I have not tried it yet. It looks really good. And then finally, this is already open because my partner has eaten some of it, but I've been wanting to try it for the video. He says it's really good. It's Mint Chocolate Crunch, Mint Cookie Crunch by Blue Bunny. So we'll see how that turns out. So, all right, well, let's get started. So first and foremost, let me go ahead and, I guess, get started with one of them. Let's try the Thin Mints. Oh, and our rating system. So I have been trying to think up over the last 2 to 3 weeks, like what rating system I was going to use for this. So I know the last one I did Becky's. Well, I think this one is probably going to be Karen's because tomorrow, December 26th, is going to be like the day where all the Karens are out, returning their gifts and arguing with the customer service staff. So I feel that's pretty apt and summarizes, Christmas up. So, yeah. So Karen's is our rating system. Okay, we're going to see how many Karens the Thin Mints are worth. And our rating scale would be similar to before. It will be out of 5. So 5 is like super good. 1 is really weak, basically is told off by the cashier, and she's told that she can't return anything and she leaves. So 5 is like, I want to talk to your like district manager level. So yeah, let's see if this is district level manager worthy, or if it's being pulled off by a cashier worthy. Oh, they're kind of small and tinier than the York ones. So this is the actual size of them. And to kind of demonstrate how big they are, this is a spoon. And I have 2 spoons because I don't want to contaminate the 2. This here is like pretty much the like front layer of the spoon. Like usually Yorks are much bigger, so it's kind of small. So that's cute. I actually kind of like these a lot better than the York. The York can be kind of chalky. These remind me of... Actually, I'm going to have another one. That's just so good. So, first off, I would definitely say those are about 4 out of 5 Karens. So, store manager worthy. These here kind of remind me of a smaller version of there are mints that the local restaurant when I lived in Pittsburgh they used to have growing up, and I think they were made from a company called Pearson's or something like that, and they used to be wrapped in these this aluminum foil coating that you used to have to peel off, and they used to have them at the front, and so after you would have the meal, like you'd go up and you pay for them, and they were like 25 cents a mint. So that's what these actually remind me of. They're pretty good. So yeah, I definitely would recommend these. And they're made by a company called Zachary. So, yeah, definitely recommend. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Let's do another candy. We'll do the Deli mint chocolate peppermint brownie. So I guess while I'm opening and eating these, I'll tell you guys how my holiday went. This year it was really cool. So I actually went up to Enigma. He is my ex-husband, as many of you are aware. We actually still hang out, and we're actually pretty close. In fact, we were close, obviously when we were married, we were formally married, in Washington State, and we got a divorce, unfortunately. But we actually, we went through a lot of transition. We got married whenever we were really young, and, we both did a lot of growth, both physically and, just in our lives. And, I mean, we've just been really close all throughout the whole entire thing. We broke up just because we just had different things going on in our lives. It wasn't anything mean or horrible or, like you would see on TV, well, you killed my, cat, or you cheated on me with my best friend, or it was nothing like that. It was like an amicable thing. But we actually are really close now, and we always hang out at least probably, I want to say maybe 10 to 11 times a year. He's good friends with my current partner, so I am very fortunate that he is part of my family still, and I'm fortunate to see him all the time, and be part of his family, and have Charlie be part of the family collectively. It's just been great. And then, so I live in Portland, and he lives up near Tacoma, Washington, so it's like a 2.5-hour drive. And then I have some friends that are up there that I used to live in a group with them called the Chub Hub. And I'm friends with two of them, and they both came over for a Christmas party up there. And then, yeah, and then one of them has a partner that came over, and I'm friends with him. And then we have another friend that we were, in the know with. They were all like really big guys, so lots of food was had, and lots of good pizza and chicken and delicious like salads, which I know like I shouldn't be eating salads, but no, I'm kidding. I really do love salads, but yeah, we had a fantastic time. Got a lot of very cool gifts. Um, I got Death Stranding for the PS4, which I have yet to delve into because I'm trying to like power through this current game that I'm on. So again, if I'm not responding back to any of your messages on YouTube or Grommer or whatever, I apologize. It's probably because I'm like trying to really push through this current game that I'm trying to play, which is Yakuza 5 for the PS4. So both like all the Yakuza games are fun. So I'm trying to push through that. I'm almost done with it. I've got like 2 or 3 hours left. So after that, I'm going to move right on to Death Stranding. So I'm really excited for that. We got some really cool board games, some Funko universe board games that we're going to delve into when we have our friends over to play games. And yeah, and then Charlie got me a 2 copies of these like rare Yakuza games I've been looking for. So that was really unexpected because they're hard to find. And then, I got lots of good candy and just lots of other board game type things. So, yeah, this year's Christmas was pretty cool. Lots of good games. I got like probably 6 or 7 new games that I have to play. So, yeah, it was a good Christmas. So, yeah, and I hope you all had a really fantastic Christmas too and got everything that you were looking for. So, now that I've dovetailed off on that and told you what my holiday was like, let's go back to the peppermint tasting extravaganza. So, let's go ahead and try these. Oh, they're individually wrapped. So, this is how tiny they are. They're just like little. If you've ever had these, they're pretty standard. I actually was at the Deli chocolate factory in San Francisco about 10 years ago, and it was so much fun. They have like really good ice cream there. And while I was there, I also went to Alcatraz. It was a really fun little ferry tour. Yeah, San Fran was a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm going to give this a shot. They're about yay big, so probably about maybe middle of my palm size, I would say. Wow, these are super good. Mm-hmm. That will be gone by the end of today. Mm-hmm. Definitely 4.5 out of 5. And I just dropped it. So we will get that later. But from what I had, it was really good. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. Let's move away from candy for a second. And let's try these Pretzel crisps. Let's see if they were worth the $3.50 that Walmart or Target had me pay for them. Oh, they're kind of cute. They could use more candy cane on them, but they're like that big. And they're flat pretzels. They're not, big pretzels. So. The mint in these is very subtle. And it feels like I'm just like eating a yogurt covered pretzel. I probably would say about 3.5. They're not, I mean, they're good, but if I'm rating it in terms of peppermint, they're not pepperminty enough. They just taste like a yogurt covered pretzel. So, yeah, not bad. I'll definitely eat them. But it's not like I'm like, $3.50 worth. So, I don't think I'll be doing that. Maybe if they're on discount for like $1. Okay, so let's go ahead and try these. I'm kind of excited for these like Oreo Thin Mints. Just because I love mint Oreos anyway. These are really good. Right now, I don't have milk with me, but if I did, a whole sleeve of these would be gone. It's kind of like, well, first off, these are like available anywhere, so if you want to try them, you can. Actually, all of this stuff is. I think these here may only be available, these Zachary ones may only be available like during Christmas time, because I haven't seen them anywhere else like around the year. And I think the Deli ones are the same, and the Pretzel crisps too. But these here are available. The Oreos are available all year round. So if you want to try them, you can. The mint in these is like not that super overpowerful mint that you usually get, like that's like commercially and like gross. This is like a really subtle, but they're subtle, but there's a few strong notes in there, so it's kind of like a nice middle point. They're really good. I definitely would give these like a 5. And it would be like a 5.5 if I had some milk with it. These are for me to eat all tomorrow. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the Andes mints. I bought these all this stuff about like a week and a half ago. It was probably about a week ago. And I've just been looking at it and I'm like, I just want to tear into it. But, I wanted to wait for the video for you guys. And the Andes were the ones that I was like dying looking at. I was like, this is killing me. Okay. So let's try them. They're good. But the mint in these are a little weak. I think when they put in the cookie, they took away some of like that powerful Andes like mint, like whoa, like you have when you go to like Olive Garden and after you're done eating, you're like, that's a lot of mint. I think they took away some of that when they put the cookie in. And so it kind of makes it like a little, it just feels like you're eating like more like a cookies and cream kind of thing. Then again, I've had so much mint in the past like 20 minutes that it could be that my taste buds are like annihilated. So it could be like that. Maybe this could be like super strong. But yeah, I definitely would give it a shot. It's probably not something that you'd want If you want something super minty, this probably isn't the thing for you. But if you want something that's kind of light and more cookie based, I would say that would probably be like right up your alley. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5 Karens. So again, more store manager worthy. I haven't really had any like district manager worthy things. So I have a feeling the ice creams might be on that. So I'm going to go ahead and try the one that my partner swears by. This Mint Cookie Crunch. And the reason why I'm not out in the dining room area where I did my first one was because, I know this is like a first world problem kind of thing, but we have like Christmas gifts all over. And we still have to put them away because it's like Christmas. So I don't want you guys to think I'm like a hoarder. So I'm like, okay, I'll put them away. Now, if you're a hoarder, it's not like there's anything wrong with that. Just want to preface that. But it's not pretty. Tonight I have a lot of cleaning to do. So, at any rate, let me go ahead and try this. So, I'm going to get one more. I'm going to get some chocolate off the side there. The cookie is really what does this. Justice. It's super good. I would probably say like 4.75 because again, the mint just isn't as strong as I usually like it to be, but overall it really does do what it wants, what it's like selling. So yeah, it's pretty good. I could definitely picture that being like good in a milkshake, like if you were doing like a mint shake, because it's kind of light and frothy, and it's got those little cookie bits, so if you want a kind of a little bit of a cookie thing to go along with it, that would be really good. So yeah, highly recommend. Alright, so this one here I'm actually the most excited about because my partner has tried it and says it's essentially like heaven. So, I'm going to delve into this. But again, pretty excited about it. It's the Talenti Mediterranean Mint. Allegedly, it's like all natural, or is it all natural? Surprisingly, it is pretty much all natural. Yeah, it's got all the real base products. There's not like hydrogenated anything in here, so cool. All right. So let's see if this holds up to it. So it's got some like chocolate chips in here, if you can see. And then they've got like just some regular mint gelato. Mm-hmm. That's district manager worthy. That is definitely 5 out of 5 Karens. The mint is like just strong enough. So it's not like that fake mint strong where you're like, this tastes like a Pine Sol cleaning product. And it's not like it was in the like pretzel crisps where there was like not really a mint thing to it at all. This here is like the perfect amount of mint. It's super good. So again, I think this is pretty much like sold anywhere, and I think it might be sold like all year round. But it's called Talenti Mediterranean Mint gelato. But I will be eating this all later, and I will be definitely getting it again. So Yeah, that's pretty much the end of our um, peppermint tasting feast for Christmas. Again, this will all definitely be consumed eventually. I'm just not going to sit here on camera and do it because I'd be here for like the next like hour, and then I'd also have like go into diabetic shock. So this will be consumed over the period of like the next like week or so. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. In terms of my plans going forward, some of you in the comments and also on Grommer have helped me out with my video ideas, which thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Right now, I'm really struggling to figure out what I want to do with this video because I'm not quite sure what you as the audience members want to really see. But I've gotten some really great ideas. My partner's given me some ideas. So I think what I'm going to do is my plan for the new year is I'm going to do gainer type stuff. So some topics that you all requested were things like dating, different types of exercises. I don't really exercise, but I'll give you guys some tips based on what I know from talking with other gainers and just based, on stuff that I know about, things that I've done in the past throughout the community or whatever. And then, I also will go into things like dating. Dating was one of the things that somebody wanted to be covered, so I can cover some things that worked for me in the past, and then some cool relationships I've seen developed as a result of, dating and ways that you can get yourself out there. And then a few other things, like somebody wanted me to cover like how to wear a CPAP machine, things like that. So there will be gainery kind of topics. I'll also think of new things like, taste testing, so on and so forth. And then some recipes. I've really been trying to learn some Japanese cooking lately. Um, Enigma has been a really big help with that. So, like, my big thing lately has been ramen. And one of the things I want to do is learn how to, like, make ramen, like ramen noodles. So, I don't know if that will happen because it's pretty intensive, but if I do, I will definitely be doing a video of it. And then also some other cooking stuff. So I do some like Japanese curries, which, as you know, in Japanese culture, there are sumo wrestlers, and sumo wrestlers are really big, and they have to eat a lot of food. So there is a lot of fattening stuff in Japanese cuisine. Um, they have a lot of the good stuff like fish, but then they also have fattening stuff too, like potatoes and rice. So yeah, so we'll be covering a little bit of that too, and then some Italian dishes that like my grandma makes or my grandma made because she's no longer with us. I'll be sharing with you guys. Additionally, I'm thinking of doing some gaming stuff, so like doing some video game reviews. I know it's not gainer related material, but I know previously I was talking about doing that, and I like to go down that rabbit hole and explore that a little bit. One of the things that I was thinking of doing is like just showing the game, and then just talking about the different areas that I went through within the game that caught my attention and what I'm looking forward to in a potential sequel for the game, because like I said, I'm a big gamer. I've got my Chocobo behind me, Tomb Raider poster, and a few other things you all might have seen in my videos. And then just including with that, like any movies, things of that type of nature that I've watched or things that catch my eye, or things that have caught my eye, I should say, throughout life. So, yeah, so more content coming up in 2019 or 2020. Oh my gosh. I gotta start getting used to saying that. So, you won't be seeing me next week for video. I'm really busy. The next video that you'll be seeing from me is that I'm going to be going to Pittsburgh in the second week of January. And while I'm there, I'm going to go ahead and get a few things and do some taste testing while I'm at my mom's house of some different foods that I've really enjoyed. So I'm going to get like something from the Eden Park restaurant that I've mentioned, and a pizza place that's around there, and kind of rate it, and then also talk to you guys about some stories from Pittsburgh. And maybe you'll see my mom again on video. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so lots of fun stuff coming up. So again, I won't see you guys before the new year. So have a fantastic new year. I hope you're doing something fun with your families or your friends. And if you do like my content, please subscribe. I put out new videos whenever I can. I'm trying to get back into the habit of doing it every Thursday, but it's been a little difficult. So just whenever I can right now, but in the future we might be able to get back on a routine schedule. I do put up my videos on Grammar, and then I also put them up on YouTube, obviously, so you'll get messages as soon as they pop up. And if you ever have any questions for me or want to reach out, please feel free. I'm always happy to give advice or, point you in the right direction. But yeah, so here's to a fattening, wonderful 2020 for a lot of you. Certainly for me, I'm hoping to get to like 470 or 475. I'm currently 468, so we'll see if that happens. Either way, I'm happy being who I am. So, all right, take care and have a fantastic new year. Bye.